So we're gonna put some data in our system here. We haven't. We've been a little behind the data entry. Uh, the app is pretty good, but using the app when we're in the field and there's a lot going on is difficult. We probably need to do that from the vehicle, but we were on foot today as this was a local check here. We'll be checking out some of the features that have been added to the system, some new stuff we could do with AI, and just more data that we're capturing. Nothing astounding. This is all pretty simple with Snowflake. Okay, we are we are back now. We're getting into the app, taking a look at different things we could do with the different Streamlit apps that we have here hosted in Snowflake. One is to go through the Ghost registry. We got to upload some more images, and we'll do that soon. So we ran a generate report to get an AI generated report for one of these paranormal incidents that happened a couple years ago, and it gives us a nice report on this. Other features we should add, and we should probably send this to Slack. We can export as PDF. And again, once we store this, of course, we can search this with Cortex search. We could also vectorize this text. There's so many options here. As you see, we could generate reports for some of these other ghosts in the registry. If we go through the ghost database, we could do a search looking for ghosts, and we could also do quick data entry, like we saw recently that Spectre octopus, if you remember that. Guess we'll go with apparition. It is active. It is medium. It was grabbing pirates. We know that was real. Rare. I see this every year. Every year, this giant octopus comes through this house, this Victorian house, and starts grabbing pirates who are skeletal at this point, and reenacts whatever giant octopus attack happened a long time ago. Out to sea, there was pirates off the coast of New Jersey, but not recently, clearly, but they still acting this out. And the glowing giant head is a little disruptive to some of us. We're just trying to enjoy our Halloween here, but kind of what happens when you live in an old city or in the old country. There's going to be ghost sightings and events going on. And we can see we have a lot of details on all the data. So if you're looking to see what's going on, we can go deep into what's going on. We can look at the evidence. Obviously, we have all this data existing in our tables, so it's very easy for us to just go through it that way. But to having everything you need to know about your system here, pretty easy. There's the data doctor. Oh, that might be me. We got all our different offices. Actually, I think we got a couple of more since we did this. I was just in that office in West Coast. And we've got AI insights if we want to ask questions, see how our model and predictions are going. Oh yeah, this is the recent ghost. This is actually right in front of the Victorian I'm doing data entry in from right now. There's 4 of them. I think you've seen those pictures. They're still there. They're not very active during the day, but once it's dark, they sort of become a lot more active, and that's kind of what you kind of expect. If we need to enter a new ghost into the system, we could do that here. We could add a new sighting. Again, upload our images, connect them here. We could do some document analytics. We could upload that to one of our stages. We could do that with something like NiFi or whatever. We've got the different analytics in here. Now, if you're out in the field there or you want something quicker, got a quick entry screen. Again, we just put in that spectral octopus. Makes it easy. We can run this off a handheld. Helpful when we're trying to just get some data in the field, because when you get back, you got to unload, clean all the gear, and putting in data entry there is not the most fun. Now we have semantic views for all this data, and what's nice about that is not only are they very easy to use for AI and agentic AI and good for storing this ghost data, it is also something I can query as well. So it's not just through the AI interface. I can look at semantic views and query them pretty easily. And or like I said, we've got our semantic view defined here, and we can go through it in Cortex Analyst. You can see there's ghost sightings, investigations, investigators, and the relationships between them, and some verified queries. As you can see here, we were testing this out here, which is a good way in the playground to check what you're doing. And then once we have an agent deployed like we have here, we've got this semantic view, and we've got 2 search engines going, and we've got a stored procedure as another tool. And you could see here, oh yeah, this is, if you haven't seen this before and you're like, AI is like this thing I don't understand, like ghosts. Well, everything is data, right? So fortunately, we're tracking everything, so you know exactly what happened when, what are all the steps, how long did they take, you know, and you could go through the full trace here. What model did it use? How many tokens? You know, what was the status of each piece? Very helpful when you're trying to think of, you know, what you're doing. Again, this is a lot more straightforward when you have semantic views and things set up and defined well in your agent, so you know what's going on with them, when were they called, who called it. You know, as you can see, the last time I called that Halloween, we had to check some things out there. And you could even run research in here. These are just, you know, we're testing these out, you know, what's going on there. But then when we want to use it in the real world, as you see here, we have it hooked up to Snowflake Intelligence. We could hook it up to Streamlit or to Slack or Teams or even Discord. Though the people on Discord are scarier than some of these paranormal entities out there. So I leave that up to you if you want to do that. Or I like to hook this up to OpenFlow or NiFi and have the ability to get that come right through the system. See, so we asked our question here. Important because I was in New York with some clients going over some of their data and AI needs. So what was the scariest ghost? Obviously, you don't need to see all this thinking, but I like to know what it's doing so that the next time, maybe I don't need to do it. And, you know, I have that query. We get our results here. Did another one, average electromagnetic activity. And abandoned hospitals, you also have all that equipment there. These things really need to be cleaned up by the EPA or the ghostly EPA. Oh, what's nice here is, you know, you have this chart. You could change what kind of chart it is. Pretty cool stuff. The bar looks pretty good. Area pie chart, not very useful. But you could edit all how this looks. See the SQL. See the raw data. You know, pretty helpful there. Depends what you want to do. Here I wanted detailed report. This is recent. I don't know if this is updated yet. What do you know about spectral octopus? You know, you don't usually see them that often, but I saw them on Halloween. Every year, once a year, comes out, goes right through the sides of the house. Glad that's not mine. Oh, yes, that's the one we're talking about. We'll probably see more in the upcoming years, but This is just the one I've spotted locally. I don't know what the other investigators are doing. Got to get on the Slack and mention this one. Maybe we got a new type here. Again, not being directly on the ocean here. It is a little disturbing how they're making it this far inland. We're kind of equal distance from the Delaware River and from the Atlantic Ocean. So I don't know if this was a one that was sitting on the river, which again, the river between Trenton and Philadelphia is really haunted. I mean, a lot of things have happened there over the years, going back to the Revolutionary War, but, you know. So we got a full report here. Not officially classified. Yeah, I've got to add a new ghost taxonomy. Again, ontology and taxonomy, your business vocabulary for your system's really important. Something we got to think of when we spot new things. And I don't know what I'm clicking over here. Oh, do we want to go into more insights? Not right now. I think we got enough reports going here. But again, if you want to see details, you could see the different tools used in here. Again, if you haven't tried semantic views, they make it very easy to work on structured data. Obviously, when you've got unstructured data like photos of these sightings and stuff, you need analytics done on those. That is something you can handle as well. And again, we had that listed in our system here based on the different image analytics. So if you're interested in looking for that sort of thing, we can go into that. Lots of different model choices. The new Claude ones are probably my favorite. But I think we got enough time for now. I got to get back to the full-time job.